So the standard thing is when people describe England, so are you near London? No. I'm bottom left in the pointy bit right at the end, as far away as you can get at the south of England. Cornwall's just a coastal county, so we've got more coastline than we've got anything else. So most people are in the sea, but I don't like the sea, so I'm happily in the hills riding bikes.
Welcome back to Live to Ride, the series where we're taking a look at how professional mountain bikers are dealing with a season put on hold. In this episode, we've got Tom Isted, a regular on the FMB scene. He's lucky enough to have both Woody's bike park and his own training compound just a short drive from home. But before we go any further, I have to say a massive thank you to this episode's sponsor, Tech. They support Tom with both their pedals and seat clamp. And if you're in the market for either of those, you can check them out at cardatech.co.uk. On day one, we caught up with Tom amongst the berms and jumps at Woody's Bike Park.
This is Woody's Bike Park on the south coast of Cornwall. Riding in Cornwall is just growing bigger and bigger and bigger. I think everyone's realising that all the hills are quite steep but quite short, so the pedal up isn't ridiculous. Get loads of little fun tracks in, so you don't knacker yourself out completely. It's growing every day, which is amazing. Normally it's so windy here because the sea is literally just behind that hill. Yeah, couldn't have got it any better, to be fair. So the landing's there, as you can see, but I want to land over here in the bank. Looks like a landing to me. I love just railing corners, to be fair, and just roosting as much as I can. Anything just flat out where you're just hanging on for dear life, just what I like to do.
Iced tea?
Yeah, all the Euros when I go to European countries can't pronounce my surname, so they just started calling me Iced Tea, and it's just kind of stuck, so I thought I'd put it on my jersey. So the man behind the madness, Mr. Jasper Flashman.
Tell me a little bit about why the trails, they're particularly jumpy, aren't they?
Well, I come from a motocross background and BMX, so they're kind of just together. But that's why it's like it is, BMX background I guess, and motocross, hence why a lot of it's quite kind of what? And introducing people to Cornwall's good, because there was nothing until we did this.
Having Woody's just down the road is just incredible. It's probably one of the most picturesque bike parks. A stone's throw from the sea, so you can have a session, go jump in the sea, come back, ride some more. Wouldn't and couldn't think of anything better, really. You northerners like your pies, we go fish and chips. Well, sausage and chips in my book.
Whoa, this is scary for me.
This is Polcaris Beach. It's literally about 2 minutes from Woody's. So it's the usual after ride, come for a pint. Wouldn't change it for the world. I love living here. I lived here my whole life. You always used to have to travel quite a lot to ride, so it's like a good hour drive to the nearest good skate park. And now I've got this place 10 minutes from my house, so it just makes my world a lot easier. Welcome to my office. Basically, I'm just playing in my treehouse with my big bouncy castle.
Right, let's see you do some tricks then.
Should I do a flip whip?
Flip whip.
Flip whip.
Go on in.
Slopestyle mountain biking is a slightly different variation on the general mountain biking. It's more BMX but with suspension. I came from a BMX background and then moved over to this about 3 years ago. Yeah, absolutely love it. All I wanted to do when I was riding BMX was ride big jumps. and they didn't really get much bigger. And then the mountain biking just seems just let's see how big we can go. Absolutely love it. And it just, if I can bring my tricks and BMX into this, it just makes everything more fun for me. So for the rest of this year, what the plan will be, I've got Audi 9s coming up in September, potentially going to do Crankworks at Innsbruck to try and get a wild card for that one. I want to ride big jumps and they don't get much bigger than those.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you do want to see the behind the scenes vlog where we give you plenty of filmmaking tips and some insights into the trip, that's available just here. Stay tuned for next week when we're hanging out with Sam Hodgson on the Isle of Wight, and please subscribe, it really helps the channel. We're going from strength to strength and each week there's new content.